Everyone, in this video we'd like to go through our accreditation scheme for you. We're going to go through some information that will show and explain exactly what it's all about. So the Accredited Photographer Scheme is a business-focused accreditation scheme open to industry professionals. It's available to members of the association who are actively engaged as a photographer in the business of creating and selling photographic images to customers, either directly or via an intermediary photographer/studio. The scheme acknowledges professional competence to a high standard in the areas of image quality, customer service, and ethical and professional business practice. Accredited photographers may refer to themselves as being a Pro Photography WA Incorporated accredited photographer in their advertising and documentation, and may choose to use the Pro Photography WA Incorporated accredited photographer logo. Accreditation is available only to the individual photographer, not the actual business. To ensure continued competence, accreditation lasts nominally for 2 years, and each application will cost $200. There are 3 types of photographers that are covered by the scheme, so we'll go through those now. There are the self-employed photographers who deal directly with the customer, who commissioned the photographic work. This can be as a sole trader, partnership, or through a business entity like a proprietary limited company, owned by the self-employed photographer. Next one is the employee photographers. These are the photographers that are paid a wage and are an employee of the photographic business, providing the photographic work to the customers, and who have no ownership of the business providing the photographic work to the customer. And then lastly, we have the contract photographers, who sell their services via their own business and create images for another photographic business, which deals directly with the customer, who commission the photographic work, i.e. a second shooter at a wedding. Okay, so now I'd like to talk about the objectives of the accreditation scheme. What we'd like to think is that the client gets assurance of quality work provided in a professional manner, and that accredited photographers get a valuable point of difference when competing with non-accredited photographers. And now I'd like to talk about eligibility. You must be actively engaged as a self-employed photographer, employee photographer, or contract photographer. Be a member, not a student or retiree, of Pro Photography WA Incorporated, and maintain that membership throughout the accreditation period. You must agree to accept and abide by the Pro Photography WA Incorporated Accredited Photographer's Professional Code of Conduct. The photographic business entity that the applicant works for or via must carry public liability insurance with a minimum of $10 million and have a current ABN. So now we'll have a look at the overview of the accreditation scheme. So the scheme is competency based. The assessment has 3 main components: meeting all of the eligibility criteria, demonstrating the required technical and creative skills necessary to meet the criteria for accredited photographer. This will require a collection of evidence that clearly demonstrates the applying photographer's level of photographic skill and competence, and agreeing to accept and abide by the Pro Photography Incorporated Accredited Photographer's Professional Code of Conduct. Next up is the assessment process. Assessments are conducted upon demand. You are not required to be present for the assessment. An assessment panel will assess the evidence you submit against the competency criteria. A key item of evidence is a folio of 20 images. The folio images should show a consistent professional level of skill and competence in all aspects of photography, including the use of light, composition, and image cropping. The images should demonstrate that the photographer is consistent across the number of genres of photography or is proficient in a specialized subject. Other evidence will be required, including proofs, insurance details, references, etc., as detailed on the application form. A key question each assessor asks is, would I send a good friend or family member to the applicant? Okay, so now on to the fun part, how to actually apply. So what you'll need to do is to complete the application form. You will need to submit all the required evidence. This includes your portfolio and all your business documents, and pay the relevant application fee. Once this is done, we will then process your application and be in touch once it's finished. If you'd like more information, you can have a look at our Accredited Photographer Scheme Handbook. This contains lots of valuable information regarding the scheme. And if you have any further questions, please contact the Accreditation Officer via accreditation@prophotographywa.com.au.